Hi, and thanks for joining me today. We have this new magnetic crafters platform from Tonic Studios. They've kindly sent it to me, and I'm going to go ahead and put it through its paces. It's about 10 by 12 inches, but the actual platform itself is a little bit bigger. It's grey with the blue Tonic writing on it. Now it is a little bit shiny, and I think that's probably because it's like a wipe clean surface. It's meant to clean up all of your inks, all your sprays, everything like that. So we're going to actually see if that's what it does. The shininess bothers me a little bit, but it might be that good that it doesn't matter. So we've taken a stencil. This is one of the new stencils, and we've sprayed it with sparkle sprays, and we've taken the positive, and now we're taking a couple of negative impressions. I always prefer the negative impressions. I think that they're pretty fantastic. It comes with two magnets that you can see at the top, and they're very powerful. I can barely get them off with my left arm, which isn't very good. I can't use it very well, but I do struggle with it. I'm taking some glacier pastes here. Now this can sometimes seep underneath when you're stenciling it, so I'm going to actually see if these magnets and this platform work. I was really surprised to say that there wasn't any seepage whatsoever. I didn't do anything different. I wasn't particularly careful with it, and as you can see here, it is absolutely perfect. And I used 4 different glacier pastes as well. I'm now just going to go ahead and spray on the paper and see how easy it is to clean up. So we've used the sparkle sprays and we've used glacier paste, and they've both cleaned up really well with minimal effort. I really like that, and the mat is also big enough that it holds those, it like contains your Nouveau. We're going to go ahead and try some mousse now. Mousse can sometimes bleed through the stencil as well, and as you can see, I'm not being particularly careful again. I'm being pretty rough with it because I want to see if those magnets actually hold the paper and the stencil in place. For me, the whole point of having a product like this is to make my life easier. So at the moment, I would use my glass mat, and I would use some tape or some double-sided adhesive spray. If this does work with minimal effort, then it's a no-brainer. But like I said, we're going to put it through its paces, and we're going to use a lot of products here. So far so good. Now we're going to go in with, I've picked the Nuvo hybrid inks because they are permanent and they do stain. So this is a real key thing for me. As you can see there, I'm just go ahead and placing that ink right onto the magnetic platform, and I want to see how easily that wipes up. The distress oxides won't be a problem to wipe up, but I was curious to see how they interacted with the magnets. Now I wanted to do some ink blending in the middle, and those magnets, they weren't a bother at all. I just gave them a quick wipe just to make sure that I didn't contaminate anything further with that color, and it wiped up beautifully. I have the Moonstone Glimmer Paste now, and we are going to go ahead and see how that holds up with our stencil. You're going to see me put the Glimmer Paste straight onto the Crafter's magnetic mat. Don't do that. That is definitely not something that you want to repeat. I realized straight away and decided to wipe it up because it's permanent, it dries very quickly, and it won't come off. It's like cement. So what I've done is I've got this Moonstone Glimmer Paste, and I'm mixing in the sparkle sprays, and this has just got the most beautiful effect. I couldn't believe I've never done this before. I've mixed the 3 sparkle sprays, and it just looks fantastic when it's dry. It just glitters like, I don't know, it just sings to my heart. I'm really giving this stencil a workout. I'm being really rough with this glimmer paste. It's not the easiest thing to not make any errors with, and it's come out 100% perfect. We've used the stencil with quite a few techniques so far on this platform. They've all been successful, but now I want to do some stamping on it, and I want to see if it's useful to me as a crafter. I'm carrying on with these sparkle sprays. They're one of my favorite products actually. They are beautiful and very, very pigmented, but you can color with them as well, and you can break them down with water, and you still have a lot of that sparkle in it. And I wanted to actually see whether or not those magnets made it easier for me to color. I don't know if this necessarily makes my coloring easier, but what it does do is it makes the mess cleanup easier, especially when you're working with wet mediums and you're going from one medium to another. You only have that one product that you're dealing with, that magnetic platform, so you don't have to change from you know, your stamping platform to your glass mat and to non-stick surface. You've got it all in one. I decided to give it a little whirl and use it to color on this piece of watercolor cardstock. So these are sparkle sprays again, and I've actually held the magnetic platform up, and as you can see, it has worked really well. We have quite a lot of mess on there, which you can see. I've captured a lot of that on the bottom, and that is going to be mopped up and used, so that won't be wasted. But I was just curious to see how messy this is, because normally I would put this in a box and it would be just covered with mess. And as you can see here, I haven't edited any of these parts out. It was literally give it a wipe on the bottom and clean the sheet up, and it's done. So as far as ease of use, absolutely, I really like this platform. I'm gonna have to get used to it. I think that there's a lot more that I can get out of it to make my crafting life easier, but at the moment I think that it's a really good product and I am pretty happy with it. I made 3 cards with some of those backgrounds that I showed you earlier, and I did a little bit more coloring as well. So that's one of the spray backgrounds. This is another one of the mop-ups that I did, and this is using the stencil. This is all with those sparkle sprays, and I think that they are just really fun, cute cards. I've also done a little swatch of the sparkle sprays that I'm keeping, and I've incorporated those new colors in there. I'll probably revisit this again in a couple of months and maybe do a revised video, but at the moment I'm relatively happy with it. I'm happy how it's performed, how it's wiped up, and how it's made my mess space, it's contained my mess space a lot more. So I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. Links to all the materials are also in the description, and have a great day everybody. Take care and be safe.